Let's be honest. From the time we're young, men are conditioned to believe one simple, exhausting rule: if you want a woman's attention, you have to chase it. You have to text first. Call first. You have to be the one to keep the conversation from dying. You've been taught that your effort is the engine of the entire interaction. And if you stop pedaling, even for a moment, everything will just stop. But what if that's a lie? What happens when you do the exact opposite? What happens when you intentionally pull back, stop texting, and leave her alone with nothing but her own thoughts about you? Most men think this is the end. They hear silence, and they think defeat. They assume that if they stop talking to a woman, she'll just forget about them and move on to the next guy. But the reality is, a woman's psychology doesn't work that way. Your absence doesn't create indifference. It creates a void, and her mind will rush to fill that void. When you stop talking to a woman who has some level of interest in you, her mind goes into overdrive. She starts analyzing, questioning, and most importantly, reacting. And her reactions will tell you everything you need to know about her true level of interest, without you having to ask a single question. This is the game changer. We've been told that keeping a woman engaged is the key to attraction. But in reality, strategic distance can create far more intrigue than constant attention ever will. That's because human beings, especially women, are wired to place more value on what they can't fully have, on what they fear they might lose. When you stop talking, she starts feeling, she starts wondering, doubting, and in many cases, she starts chasing. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what a woman does, the predictable stages she goes through when you go silent on her. Whether she's an ex you want back, a girl you've been casually dating, or someone who seemed interested but started pulling away, her response to your absence reveals everything. If you've ever felt like you were putting in all the effort, this is going to change how you see the game forever. Because attraction isn't built through chasing. It's built through mystery, value, and emotional control. And by the end of this, you will never have to wonder where you stand with a woman again. All right, let's get into it. Pay close attention. Because these aren't just theories, these are predictable patterns of human behavior. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Here is exactly what happens, stage by stage, when you stop talking to her. Number 1, she starts watching you closely. The very first thing that happens the moment you withdraw your attention is that she starts paying more attention to you than ever before. It's ironic, isn't it? You might think she's moved on, that she doesn't care, that your silence is just sending you into obscurity. But in reality, you have just become the most interesting mystery in her life, and she starts acting like a detective. Women are naturally observant creatures, but when a man who used to give them consistent attention suddenly goes silent, their curiosity shifts into high gear. She may not text you. She may act completely unbothered on the surface. But make no mistake, she is watching everything you do. Her first stop, your social media. It becomes her primary source of intelligence. If you post a story, she is one of the first people to view it. Not by accident. She's looking for clues. If you update your status or post a picture, she reads between the lines, trying to figure out your emotional state. Even if she doesn't interact, no likes, no comments, she is still watching. She's not just looking at what you post. She is trying to figure out why. This happens because your silence makes a woman feel uncertain. When you were constantly texting her, she knew exactly where she stood. She had you. Your attention was a reliable resource. But now that it's gone, she's questioning everything. Why did he stop talking to me? Did I do something wrong? Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? These thoughts create emotional tension, and in the world of attraction, emotional tension is a powerful currency. The more she thinks about you, the more mental real estate you occupy in her mind, the more invested she becomes without you having to do a single thing. And it's not just online. If you are in the same social circle or see her in person, you'll notice subtle changes in her behavior. You'll catch her glancing at you from across the room, only to quickly look away when you notice. She might suddenly start showing up in places where she knows you'll be, under the guise of coincidence. She wants to see what's going on with you, even if she won't admit it to herself, let alone to you. Let's say you used to text her every morning. Then one day you just stop. For the first day or two, she acts normal. But then she starts watching. She sees you post a picture at the gym, looking more focused than ever. She sees a story of you out with friends, laughing, living your life. And suddenly, that internal monologue kicks in. Why isn't he chasing me anymore? What changed? This is why pulling back is so powerful. It doesn't push her away. It forces her to lean in and wonder. And when a woman starts wondering about you, she starts feeling something for you too. Number 2, she tests you with a random text. After a period of your silence, her curiosity and uncertainty will reach a tipping point. She can't take the guessing game anymore. She needs data. She needs to know if she still has a hold on you. But she won't reveal her hand. She won't send a long, emotional message asking what's wrong. That would be showing weakness, giving you the power. Instead, she will do something subtle, yet incredibly revealing. She will send you a random, low-effort test text. This message will seem completely pointless. It won't be anything deep or emotional. It might be something as simple as, "Hey, what's up? Hey, stranger." Or even just a meme or a reel that doesn't make much sense. That's the point. It's not about the content of the message. It's about the intent behind it. This text is a test, a probe. She is checking to see if you are still there, still interested, still available to her. Your silence has created a power vacuum, and she needs to know if you are still an option she can control. Now, if you immediately reply, especially with excitement and relief, you have just failed the test. You have just reassured her that she still has you on a string, and she can pull it whenever she feels a little insecure. The power immediately shifts back to her. But if you hold your ground, if you don't respond right away, or if you give her a short, low-effort reply hours later, she starts to feel something she didn't expect. The fear of losing you. Let's say you've been quiet for a week. Suddenly, you get that, "Hey, stranger," text. She's pretending it's casual, but deep down, she is waiting to see if you will take the bait. She wants to see if your silence was a strategy, or if you were just waiting for her permission to talk again. Most men make the mistake of jumping on this opportunity. They think, "Yes, she texted me. That means she wants me back." Not always. Sometimes she just wants to confirm that she still has power over your emotions. And if you rush in with an eager reply, she'll feel that control again, and guess what? She will pull back just as fast. The right move is to remain indifferent, unbothered. If you reply at all, keep it short and neutral. No emojis, no excitement, no validation. Something like "what's up" or "all good" is more than enough. By doing this, you are flipping the entire dynamic. Now, she's the one left wondering what's going on with you. This small shift in power makes a huge difference. It forces her to see you differently. Not as the guy who is always waiting for her, but as a man she has to work for. And once a woman starts feeling like she has to earn your attention, that is when you become truly valuable in her eyes. Number 3, she posts to get your attention. When her direct, low-effort tests don't work, she won't give up. She'll just change her strategy. She feels like she's no longer the center of your universe, and she needs to find a way to pull you back in without making it obvious that she's the one chasing. Her most powerful tool for this: social media. Out of nowhere, her posts become more frequent, more calculated. One day, it's a stunning selfie, perfectly angled and edited, posted at a time she knows you'll be online. The next day, it's a cryptic quote that sounds just a little too personal. Something about losing interest, moving on, or not chasing what isn't meant for you. Then, she suddenly appears to be living her best life. She's out with friends, on a trip, at a concert, even if she was just complaining to you about being bored a few days before. Everything she shares has one primary goal: to get a reaction from you, to get inside your head. She doesn't want to message you directly, because that would mean showing her hand and admitting defeat. Instead, she is baiting you. She's testing to see if you are still watching, still paying attention, still affected by her. And here is where most men fall right into the trap. They see her selfie and immediately like it or, even worse, comment with a fire emoji. They see the emotional quote and assume it's about them, taking it as an invitation to slide into her demons. They get jealous when she posts about going out, and they text her asking what she's up to. The moment you engage with the bait, she gets exactly what she wanted. Your attention, your validation. Now she knows she still has power over you. The game is over, and you lost. But when you don't react at all, when you view her story and move on, when you see her post and keep scrolling, that is when things shift. She starts checking to see if you've viewed her story. She wonders why you haven't acknowledged her latest post. She might even escalate her posts, trying harder and harder to push the right buttons to get a response out of you. Instead of pulling you back in, she ends up thinking about you even more than before. Attention is validation, and validation is control. The moment you stop feeding her that need, she feels the difference. And once she feels it, she can't ignore it. Women understand social media psychology far better than most men. They know how to create curiosity, how to trigger a reaction without direct confrontation. But what happens when the usual tricks don't work? What happens when the man they expected to chase suddenly stops playing the game? That's when she realizes she might have lost something valuable. And when a woman feels like she's losing something, that's when she starts chasing it. Number 4, she acts like she doesn't care. This is one of the most advanced and confusing tactics in the playbook. And it's where a lot of men lose their nerve. After her subtle tests and social media baiting have failed, she may escalate to a powerful psychological move, a performance of complete and utter indifference. Everything about her seems normal. She's not texting, not checking in, not showing any signs of missing you. If anything, she looks even happier. She's laughing, posting, living her life like you never even existed. But here is what you need to understand. If a woman genuinely moves on, she doesn't need to prove it. She doesn't need to put on a show of being indifferent. She just is. So when she is suddenly making a big effort to show you how unbothered she is, it is usually not as real as it seems. Women are masters of emotional control when they need to be. She might be feeling the sting of your absence, but she is not about to let you see it. Instead, she is going to put on a show. Her not texting first, that's on purpose. Her not asking about you through mutual friends, that's intentional. Her avoiding any acknowledgement of the situation, that's a strategy. When a woman acts like she doesn't care, it's often because she wants you to start questioning if she ever did. She is testing you in silence. She is trying to see if your ego can handle it. Will you break first? Will you reach out to fix things? Will you take the bait and resume the chase? That is the game. And most men fall for it. They panic. They overanalyze everything. As she really moved on that fast? Was I just a phase to her? The moment you start thinking like that, you are already losing. Because now, instead of standing firm in your frame, you are considering breaking the silence just to get some reassurance. And the second you do that, she wins. Real detachment doesn't need to be performed. A woman who has truly moved on won't feel the need to make sure you notice. She will just be gone. So, what do you do when she's putting on this performance? You match her energy. You stay focused on your own life, on your own mission. If she wants to play the game of indifference, let her. The moment you refuse to chase her performance, the pressure shifts back onto her. Because now she's the one left wondering, why isn't he reaching out? Did he actually move on? Was I not as important to him as I thought? And that's when the act starts to crack. Because if she truly didn't care, you wouldn't be on her mind in the first place. Number 5, she tries to make you jealous. When passive tactics like social media baiting and feigned indifference don't work, she might escalate to a more direct, emotional attack. Women understand emotions on a deep level, and they know that for a man, one of the most powerful triggers is jealousy. If she feels like she is truly losing your attention, She will try to create a situation where you feel like you are the one missing out. Suddenly, she's mentioning other men. Casually, of course. Maybe she talks about how funny this new guy at work is. Or how interesting a random guy she met at the gym seems. She's not outright saying she's interested in them. But the message is clear: other men are giving me attention, and you are not. Now, the average guy falls right into this trap. He starts feeling uneasy, insecure. He starts wondering if she's replacing him. His emotions get involved, and before he knows it, he is trying to win her back by increasing his effort and chasing harder. Bad move. The moment you show jealousy, you confirm exactly what she wanted to know: you still care. Deeply. And once she knows that, she has the upper hand again. But here's the logic you need to understand. If a woman were truly interested in this other guy, she would not be telling you about him. She wouldn't need to make sure you know he exists. Women do not advertise their real romantic interests to men they are trying to move on from. They pursue them quietly. If she is making an effort to drop these hints to you, it is not because she is moving on. It is because she wants you to react. Think about it like this. Imagine you are at a party, having an amazing conversation with a woman you are genuinely into. Are you going to stop mid-conversation to text another woman and tell her how great this new girl is? Of course not. You're focused on the person in front of you. The same logic applies here. If she is broadcasting her interest in someone else to you, it is likely a performance. Here's a classic example. You haven't spoken in days, and out of nowhere, she posts a picture on her story with some guy. It's not overly romantic, but it's just close enough to make you wonder. A hand on her shoulder. A caption that hints at something more. She knows you will see it, and she is waiting to see what you will do. The weak move is to react. To text her asking who he is. To make a passive-aggressive comment. The smart move, the powerful move, is to do nothing. View the story and move on. Keep your composure. Let her wonder why you are not affected. Because the second she realizes her attempts to make you jealous aren't working, she starts questioning her own position. And that's when the power shifts. Because now she is the one thinking about you, not the other way around. Number 6, she comes back, but on her terms. At this point, you have successfully navigated her tests. You didn't fall for the random texts, the social media bait, the performance of indifference, or the jealousy traps. Her usual tactics have failed. She's feeling a genuine fear of loss. So, she decides to come back. But this is where most men who have held strong this long finally mess up. The moment she reaches out, they jump at the opportunity, thinking it means she wants them back. They assume she's finally realized their value. But in reality, she is often just checking to see if she still has access to you. There is a big difference between a woman coming back because she wants you, and coming back because she doesn't want to lose you. If she truly saw your worth, she would not have played all these games in the first place. The fact that she is only returning after you pulled away means she is more concerned with control than with connection. And she's not coming back the same way she left. She is not apologizing. She is not admitting she was wrong. Instead, she is keeping things vague, casual, as if nothing ever happened. Maybe she sends a simple, "Hey." Maybe she just reacts to your story with an emoji. No explanation. No accountability. Just a weak test to see if you are still available for her. Men get so caught up in the relief of her return that they forget why she disappeared in the first place. They don't question her intentions. Instead of standing firm and maintaining their standards, they welcome her back with open arms. And once she knows she can come and go as she pleases, without any consequences, she will do it again and again. If you don't recognize this pattern, you will keep falling for it. You will keep giving her the power to dictate the terms of your interaction. And before you know it, she's back in control, until she gets bored or feels secure, and decides to disappear again. A woman who truly values you will not treat you like an option she can pick up and put down. She won't vanish and then return only when she feels uncertain. So, what should you do? You must break the cycle. When she returns with a weak attempt, don't respond the way she expects. If she sends a weak text, ignore it. If she acts like nothing happened, don't entertain it. If she truly wants another chance, she will show it with real effort and real accountability. A man who values himself does not reward inconsistency. He knows his worth, and he makes sure she knows it too. If she is not coming back with sincerity, then she does not deserve a place in your life. Number 7, she moves on, or tries to. At some point, if you have held your frame through all of this, she will realize her usual tactics are not working. Her tests, her games, her attempts to make you jealous. None of it has gotten a reaction. She is now faced with 2 choices. She can either step up and come back with real effort and sincerity, or she can try to convince herself and the world that she is over it. And most of the time, she will choose the second option first. This is when you will notice her start to make bold public moves. Maybe she jumps into a new relationship almost immediately. Rebound. Maybe she starts posting constantly about how she has never been happier. Maybe she even goes out of her way to prove to everyone that she is completely fine. But here is the thing you have to remember: you don't prove moving on. You just do it. The performance of moving on is often a sign that she is, in fact, not. This is where a lot of men finally break. They see her with someone new and they panic. They assume she found someone better, that she truly forgot about them. But in reality, most of the time, this is nothing more than a final, desperate reaction to your silence. She is not moving on. She is trying to force it. Women don't always process loss the way men do. They often look for distractions, not solutions. They replace rather than heal. And if she is suddenly putting all of her energy into proving that she is fine, that is a clear sign that she is not. But here's the most critical part. If you chase her now, you lose everything. If you see her pretending to move on and you react, by texting her, by showing you're hurt, you give her exactly what she wanted from the very start. Confirmation that she still has an effect on you. And once she gets that, she regains control of the entire situation. The best response, the most powerful response: do nothing, stay focused, stay grounded, let time do its work. If she truly moves on, then so be it. Because a woman who can leave that easily was never fully yours in the first place, and you are better off without her. But if she was just pretending, eventually, the act will fade. The rebound will fail. And when it does, she will be the one left questioning what she lost. The man who remains unshaken always wins in the end. Stay that man. So, let's round this up. Here's the truth you need to remember. A woman rarely truly moves on until she has replaced you with a man who makes her feel something deeper than you did. And let's be honest, that rarely happens. She might distract herself. She might pretend she's fine. She might even convince herself she's better off without you. But deep down, her instincts know when she has lost something valuable. That is why your best move, your most powerful move, is always to stand firm and hold your frame. The goal of pulling back isn't just about making her chase you. The real goal is to force a moment of truth. It forces her to confront reality. Either she steps up and shows with her actions that she genuinely values you, or she fades away, revealing that she was never truly invested in the first place. Either way, you win. You win clarity, you win self-respect, you win back your power. Here at Stoic Manhood Guide, this isn't just dating advice. This is strategy for life. It's about understanding human nature so you can navigate the world from a position of strength, not desperation. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a woman coming back after you stopped chasing? Or did she pretend to move on while secretly watching your every move? Drop your story in the comments below. Let's build a real community here, where men can share strategies and learn from each other's experiences. If this video gave you a new perspective on power and attraction, show your support. Like this video so more men who need this message can find it. Share it with a friend who is stuck in the cycle of chasing and needs to understand the power of pulling back. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Join a community of men who are done playing by the old, broken rules and are ready to master their masculinity in today's world. Stay strong, stay focused, and always always protect your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.